Finally, after 2 weeks, One Piece is back. It's been a long time. I've been missing this series, and I am glad that time of week is finally back. So let's dive into this chapter. This chapter is pretty much a status update of what's going on with everybody in the current battlefield at the moment, in which I am fine with that. This chapter was mainly used for setup, build up, and a recap. That's what I'm fine with. Pretty much the main plot points of this chapter that everybody should really notice is Sabo at the end. I'll go into that in just a second, and then you have Senior Pink versus Frankie, and then we have Yola coming over to Law with the key to unlock his Sea Prism Stone handcuffs, and those were the main highlights of this chapter. If you really look at it, that's the main highlights. There was some comedy here and there, especially with Usopp, which I am fine with, and that was fucking hilarious, but the main points, like I said, was just Viola having the key, taking it to Law, and at the same time we had Senior Pink and Frankie at the factory. We get to see Frankie tries to shoot his radical beam at the freaking factory, nothing happens. Oh my god, this factory is absolutely insane. It really is freaking insane. So, wow, if Frankie's radical beam cannot even break the walls of the factory, that's pretty freaking scary. I'm just gonna be honest right now. So, it's gonna be interesting getting to see Senior Pink versus Frankie again. Hopefully we'll get to see more about that match instead of them cutting it out of the entire chapter, because that's something they did last time and I was upset about that, because I wanted to see exactly how that fight went more in depth. So, besides that, let's talk about the big things that happened at the end of this chapter. Sabo. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect that. I did not expect that. I remember when they did the status update briefing, we saw, you know, how the Navy was down below, and the Navy was by themselves. I'm like, what the hell, what's the Navy doing down there? When we clearly saw in the last chapter that Fujitora was staring at Luffy. And so we find out that Sabo is holding off the entire Navy. The entire Navy by himself. He's literally holding the entire front line. He's doing like some type of Whitebeard shit. I mean, he is literally holding off a fucking admiral and a vice admiral and the entire Navy line solo. Solo. Oh my god. Okay, so here's the questions that are brought up in my mind right now. What level is Sabo at? With this ending of this chapter, he's holding off this line. All the Navy on the island right now, he's holding off pretty much by himself. He's holding off Fujitora. Now, we have known and been built up this entire arc by himself, along with all these other people that we know. And so, how strong is Sabo? And is this the level that the Revolutionary Army is at? I mean, you gotta think about this. If Sabo is this strong, think about the other people we have yet to meet in the Revolutionary Army that most likely 10 times stronger than Sabo. And if Sabo can hold off an admiral in the entire line by himself, how is the world government really going to fight the Revolutionary Army? If you think about this, if Dragon was fucking serious and he tried to pull some things like Whitebeard did, how would the Navy stop Dragon? I mean, because if one of these officers, like Sabo, can hold off an admiral, by himself, along with vice admiral and the entire army, just imagine if, for instance, Dragon had like about 15 soldiers that was as strong as Sabo. I mean, you gotta think about this. So, right there, it just shows you the level that these revolutionaries are at, and at the same time, is Sabo a different exception? Is he stronger than the others just for specific reasons? But either way, it's impressive. It really is. I mean, of course Sabo would be strong since he is working underneath Dragon. He is a revolutionary, but I never expected him to be able to hold off Fujitora. I mean, I thought he might have been close to an admiral level, but I didn't think he would be that strong. I mean, absolutely that strong to do, that amount of damage. Now, we technically haven't seen Sabo fight this line. We haven't seen him fight Fujitora, the Vice Admiral, or any of the line yet. But we clearly saw the people incapacitated underneath Sabo. So, they clearly have been fighting for a while now. And what this comes to bring up is Sabo really saying he can hold off this entire line by himself? Or is those just words he's saying at the moment? Big question right there. Either way, this was a good chapter, and I love it a lot. Tell me your thoughts on this chapter, everybody. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.